Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Cougars and the London Black Knights. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Cougars and the London Black Knights. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here. And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one. On the other side of the field for our visitors here, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign. Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Well, I accidentally jumped forward about 5 minutes in the game. That's my bad. Ah, well.
Shotgun. Here's Darnold. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster.
Shit happens. My apologies.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Juju Smith-Schuster. His second touchdown on the season. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr. And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw. Yeah, no touchdown passes. Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Down. 180. 180. We're good. 180.
My bad yet again. Holy shit, I ain't doing well today.
On first down. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And a loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up. And all I remember as a player, when they
I'm seeing 0 people. Anyone here?
Guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Johnson on the counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Way to high point that ball. Cougars already looking good. They're trying to improve to 3-0.
Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Darnold. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he is in. Touchdown.
Wow. Schuster.
Juju Smith-Schuster. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
Besides Ed, who else is here?
Here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here's the home side to take over on offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with
Holy shit, Derek Carr threw the ball downfield more than 4 yards.
Some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And they're well past.
Well, there you go.
Just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Let's meet the offense. Greg Robinson.
Well, someone's trying to be me by typing yo. Not even me in the chat.
Tremendous athleticism, great strength, just coming into his own.
Now Carr after the incomplete pass.
Love that you, Ed.
2nd and 10. Here's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground.
Obviously, if I got confused.
So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Carr going to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score a garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays. And I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to it. Herndon's got it complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the defense. 20, 10, and he's going to bring the fumble back.
Wow.
So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10.
Why what?
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because
under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Darnold from the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a...
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked up
Ah, shit.
Marquez Denard. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to bit. Oh, he's trying for Smith.
It's a turnover fest. Holy shit.
Picked off by Deron Harmon. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Carr now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Funches has it complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, it's Carr. Gets it off to Freeman.
TC board the swing pass.
And that'll make it 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Carr again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Again, it's Carr. Open man is Ross, complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. We're in the 2nd quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this
Old man's in the house.
Go ahead and double him. Maybe even have
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Aaron Donald, the man this team is trying to trade. Holy shit.
Watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Johnson. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15.
And the owner of the Cougars is now in the house. What's up, Alex?
But they'll be faced with 3rd and long. Here's Darnold. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And on now is the punter, standing just outside his own goal line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Carr now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Carr completes it, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards that time for number 14.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Carr. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr, and Walker has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Snead's got it. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That's on the big left tackle, former number 2 overall pick, Greg Robinson. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 2. Taken in, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Calling with a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that'll make it a second down. Carr now to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
They can't hang with that. 56 is the mark.
Carr. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. But now it's third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a fourth and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Zerline's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
Got ourselves a game.
Plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. On the ground, this is Johnson.
What's going on, Mr. Davis?
24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Throwing again on second down. Darnold, and to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So negative.
I actually plan on releasing a mock draft here on the channel. Hopefully over the weekend, if not no later than Monday or Tuesday.
Incomplete.
Started to look like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on.
Hopefully the Montreal wins the Super Bowl. Who the hell Kansas City and San Francisco are clearly from Kansas City to San Francisco. I'm confused.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the home side to take over on offense. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Carr will try it again on second down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now, third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. So a very tight first half. We head to break in a one-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year.
Here comes Chicago versus Chicago. Watch.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it was Sam Darnold who was on target in the first half. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the home side to take over on offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Quick throw taken in by Snead.
Yo, that move by Snead was filthy. Yo!
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Carr. It's complete to Snead. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
He is in the game there, in fact. Coach left WWE and went to ESPN.
No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Willie Snead again.
Willie Snead. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, it's tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Now Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. It's going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that two-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people who can't see this, but you've got a ball in your hands now, and you've got the thing locked in pretty well. You've got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you'd run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aaron Donald able to record his...
I don't think the fire sale will stop.
Brandon, I think you understand that.
If you're watching and you're listening, Aaron Donald is on the trading block.
Long for you to spend it with me.
Aaron Donald is on the trading block. If you have an offer, let me know. I'll pass it along.
That defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
In fact, every player on the Black Knights is on the trade block. So if you see a player you're interested in, pass it along. Let me know.
Lead to a 3rd down. Third and long, it's Darnold. The catch made by Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across.
Chris, you're telling me you'll offer London 2 first-rounders for Donald? Or Donald, is that what you're saying? I'll message him right now. 2 number 1s. And now you're throwing in a 2nd next year. So, a 1 this year and a 1 and 2 next year. And there he is again. 4th sack of the game.
In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
I sent him the message. Let him know what you had to say. We'll see what he says.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Darnold from the gun. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. They go to Johnson again, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
As soon as this game is over, we will be going live with the Sentinels and the Hounds.
As it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
So in the end,
yes,
the
Mr. Davis.
Plays, but the drive gets him 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball.
I would have to look for you, Chris.
And came away with points.
We play to win. Let's go.
Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Gets it off to Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards.
London is looking good right now.
The tackle is made at the 33.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
That is who you got, Arizona. You are using Arizona's playbook. Forgot all about that till you mentioned it. Because you said that before the season started. Since you got Kyler Murray, you want Arizona's playbook.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they show confidence in their defense by punting it away.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they had a long drive last time.
But I will be sure to double check just to make sure.
That's how it felt to them settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break.
Nice run. I love it. I can't wait for the Sentinels versus the Hounds. Because I think you guys have two of the better defenses. Mr. DOA, Mr. Spectacular Pooh, 24. You guys play next. And I think your defenses have been amazing so far. So that's why when either one of you want to try and pick up Aaron Donald, this shit's crazy to me.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold, he gets it to Humphries. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after.
But I'll be sure to let London know a 1 and a 1, 2, and a 3 next year. Is that correct? A 1 and a 1, 2, and a 3 next year.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday. You told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try. All right, I don't know how
All
good
right,
I
2
am.
1s and a 2 next year. All right, I'm sending it to him right now.
A little bit exactly what you described. Footwork. That led to
Message sent.
incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here's the home side to take over on offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
Oh, that'd have been a pick 6.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. On 2nd down, it's Freeman. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Whoa, Ed, you know, you want to give up 2 1s and 2 2s. That's crazy.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he's got Snead.
Snead and Carr are just freaking on it today.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the...
All right, message was sent. I let him know. Memphis.
Sometimes there's a fake, sometimes there's not.
I let him know. Memphis is giving up 2 1s and a 2. And
A perfect 8 for 8 to start
I let him know. Memphis had 2 1s and a 2.
It's a run for Freeman. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
And then I told him, oh boy, I told him Brooklyn now is opera 2 1s and 2 2s. You're about to sit tight. More operas are coming in.
On with Freeman. He'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
I can't give him 3 first-rounders, Spec, because remember, you can only offer 2 1s. You can only have this year, next year's draft.
Throwing his car on 3rd down.
So to do more than Ed's 2 and 2, you'd have to give up a 3rd. You'd have to give up 2 1s, 2 2s, and a 3 at least, or 4, or 5, or 6, or 7. I do wish you could do at least 3 years in advance, but it's only this season and next season. Anything above 2 and 2, and you have a higher bid.
Kick angled for the sidelines.
All right, 2 1s, 2 2s, next year's 3 as well. Let's see what happens now.
Getting ready to go as they take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams...
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get
That was a good run by KJ.
16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for Chicago. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Darnold, and he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Darnold. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. But it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Darnold completes it. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Darnold now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes it 2nd and 9. Darnold to throw again. Safarian Jenkins has it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The 25-yard line is what they need.
You guys are crazy.
Throwing again is Darnold. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively.
Brooklyn now offering a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd this year, as well as a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd next year.
The defender was making sure this guy couldn't hold on to the football, so I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. Butker's kick here is good.
Okay. Let me know what you want to offer for Cox. I can do that.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This fielded at the 2.
This is a hell of a game. This has been one of the best games we've seen thus far. Alex, you still watching? This is your team, buddy. Trying to get to 3-0.
Home side to take over on offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression.
All right, I'll send the message.
1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football.
I'm really digging your team, Alex. I see you got some holes, weak in some spots, but as a whole, I really like your team.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard
Heads up, I am getting a text message right now. I can see him typing.
They'll set up the screen for Freeman.
Nice move by Freeman.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 32 on the play.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr.
I don't think that was a fumble. All right, he has just said to me the following. Now we're going to have to wait for all the games to be over this week. We're going to have to wait for all games to be over this week because you can't make a trade since this week started. But Ed, London has stated for your 1, 2, and 3 this year and your 1, 2, and 3 next year as offered, that is a full guaranteed accepted yes. Only issue, I can only offer him 3 offers for one thing in the trade option. So I told him I got to give him a 1, 2, and a 3 and Darnold, and then give him another 1, 2, and a 3, and then he has to give up a 7th round pick to you. And he said that's perfectly fine. Chris, I told him a 1 and a 1 and a 2 for next year's 2 for Cox. He said absolutely. Both trades have been accepted, are now finalized. I just got to wait for the week to be over to submit them. Johnson's getting better as the game goes along. This is amazing.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st.
Deep penetration, yeah.
And continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A first down carry here for Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From just shy of midfield, Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished.
That's like having a motherfucking cheat code. That shit's crazy.
Kept them short of the marker.
And just a heads up, gentlemen, the only way either trade will be quote-unquote null and void is if it puts somebody over the cap.
So that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Look at Ogletree.
Just would not
yes.
be denied. That's a
number 1 this year, number 1 next year, number 2 next year.
I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
I do believe that's what you said. If for some reason I'm wrong, let me know so I can correct it. But I believe it was a 1 and 1 and a 2 next year.
Here's Carr to throw.
Damn, they hitting hard right now.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. This is taken at the 23. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence. Because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Donald. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Darnold. It's caught. It's Miller. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a play fake here on first down. Darnold, he lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the two-point try. And you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know what's funny? They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for two. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been...
Under pressure, they got him again. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw, Darnold. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10
This
back.
game is totally fucking amazing.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Well, they bring their punter out there now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Ross on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Carr. It's caught by Funchess. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is Carr. That's Watkins. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr to throw again. It's complete to Snead. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And now a 10th carry for Freeman.
Remember, following this game, I will then get the next game set up. It'll be the Orlando Sentinels at the Memphis Hounds.
The doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Running right, this is Freeman. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 7. 65 seconds remaining. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Darnold. Aaron Donald. In there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now it's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. On 4th down, Darnold. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So that one hurt. No timeouts left. Look at where the ball is on the field, Charles. I don't know if the fat lady's singing yet, but she's starting to hum a little bit, isn't she?
You think she's doing scales at this point? I don't think there's any doubt about it, but they had to go for it. In this situation, with their timeout situation as well, they had to take the chance, try and get it done. They didn't. Now they're powerless to stop them, essentially.
They need a big play somehow from their defense. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over.
And that'll be the game. Black Knights improved to 2-1. But just how good will they be when they trade both their starting defensive tackles after this week?
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the home team here,
Cougars lose their first game.
As they move to 2-1 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time.
Orlando and Memphis should be live in roughly 5 minutes or less. You see that man allowed 8 sacks? He allowed 8 sacks. Fusco. Seven and a half sacks in 1 game. The fuck? Wow.